Welcome back on this glorious and amazing day, and thanks for joining. And today we begin with the second group. The second group will try to close their eyes and notice the air come into their lungs. However, they're very different than the first group. Some within the second group will actually have a fear to close their eyes. Some of them will close their eyes even before they begin to breathe. They're going to feel very uncomfortable. And some, they will be able to go through the process of noticing the breath go in and noticing the breath go out, yet they're going to feel, even if they're able to do the entire thing, an enormous fear. What usually humans do when they feel fear, because we were basically not taught how to deal with the emotion of fear, or not only we were not taught, but we were mocked because our caretakers do not understand the complexity of the amygdala, the complexity of PTSD and the fears. So what we tend to do, even when we are older, we just run. We don't want to do it. We avoid the situation. But let me make it very, very simple for all of you in the second group. At any stage, when you decide to begin noticing your breath, or at the beginning, or in the middle, or at the end, you feel fear, stop. We will not continue. You tell yourself, stop. You could do this with your eyes open and closed, and you will say something to yourself that most probably almost no one asked you. And definitely you didn't ask yourself. And you tell yourself, I want to understand. I want to connect. I will listen to you. And then what you're going to have is a fear, which is a feeling, which means you are not in danger. And to prove it, it's good for you to notice the feeling of your skin where you're sitting at. Look around the room. You could put your hands down on whatever object is around you and notice what you're feeling. You have a container around you, you have a chair, you have a bed, you have a couch. Notice where you are. That's the reality. The reality, most of you will do it at home. You are safe. Simultaneously, as you are safe in the physical realm, because you decided to notice your breath, which we will not go into the science now. Why? Because this series is taking way longer than I thought it would. Let's just talk about the fact. The fact is you feel very scared. Now, in the past, you ran to food. In the past, you ran away. In the past, you might have gone to listen to sirens on the street. In the past, you did a lot of nice things, interesting stuff. We're not doing that anymore because we're not running away from the love of your life. And you could take your phone by your notes or pen and paper and start examining what is the fear. The first thing you might hear is, I don't know. If it's too fearful, try it out another time, not to close your eyes, notice the breath, where you try to remember what was the fear. Once you sit there with yourself and you allow that fear that you felt, that feeling that you felt, and you listen to it instead of running away, and you actually wrote it down, which is so important, you might be the first one that will acknowledge some of your feelings that wasn't acknowledged in many years, and some of you even in decades. Then you go to the next step. But what is the next step? Well, please join me next week and we'll talk about the next step. So within the second group, we attempted to notice our breath, and various people within the group got scared at different times. We stop it and we listen and write down those fears and those feelings that we really don't feel comfortable with. Until then, regardless how you feel, correct, you are way greater than you think you are. Thanks for listening, and make yourself a beautiful day.